Hey everyone, welcome back to TBM Sports. Let's talk MLB action. We have World Series Game 3 Monday night. I'll give you guys my best bet, and I want to break down a couple angles and how I see this game playing out. I've talked to you guys about my futures liability on both sides within the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. So kind of why the content has been lacking a little bit for the World Series. And not just that, but we also have pretty much the sports equinox upon us, as well as all four major North American sports are back in action. Okay, so if you are new to the channel, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. Let's get it going. We only have a few days of baseball left, and this could be it. This could be the last plane ride for the Blue Jays if they do get closed out by the Los Angeles Dodgers. And let's talk about it. So will the Dodgers repeat? Time will tell, but we're going to look at this game. Dodgers are laying minus 185 here on the money line, and also we do see a plus 172 price there for the Toronto Blue Jays. Now the Blue Jays on the run line minus 118. Okay, now a lot of you guys are probably looking at a little bit of a game one bias. Now, a couple things to note in this matchup. We do get Max Scherzer returning to Los Angeles, and that's going to be kind of interesting to see him go against Tyler Glasnow, one of the imports there for that Dodgers starting rotation that if it's anything what Yamamoto was up to last time out, this is going to be a game where I do suspect the Dodgers will have very good starting pitching. Now, will the Blue Jays kind of strike back? I do not know. Okay, they do not strike out. That's been the storyline thus far in not just the postseason, but overall for the MLB. The Toronto Blue Jays do not strike out. But this is Max Scherzer's return. Okay, and he did get one postseason start. Now, I will tell you guys that this is completely different. These pitchers are pitching into almost November right now, okay? This is a long season. Now, Mad Max, he was a former Dodger. He is a Hall of Fame pitcher, but he is 41 years old, okay? You're going to have to really search long and hard to find 41-year-old pitchers. And we've seen, you know, success stories, right? Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl at age 40. Even, you know, Aaron Rodgers was spinning it last night for the Steelers at age 40, okay? But as we do look at it, guys, this is where we see a pitcher that in one game, okay, five and 2/3, he gave up 3 hits, 2 runs earned, a bomb, and this is also but his batting average, I mean, he's holding opposing batters to under 200. He's pitching well, okay? And this is the one Achilles heel of this Toronto Blue Jays staff, or club, I should say, has been their starting pitching, okay? Kevin Gausman gave us 8 great innings last time out, but they just kind of left him in a little bit too long. So I do think that Blue Jays pen will be kind of all systems go. Very tight leash on Scherzer, okay? Mad Max does have a propensity to kind of go a little bit off the handle, okay? He's going to come out fireballing in inning 1. But I do think that there will be an instance where the Dodgers put offensive pressure. We will see the bases in a very plus scoring position, okay, statistically. And this is where I tend to lean towards the Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 105 at plus money. This will be my best bet. Now, also, guys, if you are familiar with what I do, and I do believe they still offer it here, this is another way that you can approach this game if you do want to find a little bit better better odds without having to lay that full 2 runs. You could kind of, I guess you would say, limp into this bet and take the -1 if you can find it out there. Some sports books do offer that. But this is kind of where I look for the game props there, and I believe DraftKings is the only offering that you do see this. But the Dodgers to not bat in the 9th inning at minus 145, very attractive. I do have to say, though, the Dodgers are... their Achilles heel is that back end of the bullpen. Vezia dealing with some family stuff right now, so what they have on the back end of that of the back frames of this game is going to be very interesting to see play out. One thing I'll tell you about the starting pitcher for the Dodgers, though, as we do look at the opposite argument, is Tyler Glasnow has been phenomenal. Okay, and that's going to be basically where he has all no decisions, but still an ERA, sub 1 ERA, going against a Toronto Blue Jays lineup that does not strike out. They put the ball in play. I will get into some player props, but like I said, guys, that's how I'm approaching this game. I'm going to lay the Dodgers run line at plus 105. That will be my best bet. Also, like I said, if you don't want to take on that 2 runs, which I will tell you, I think that for all of the World Series games that will be played, they will result in outcomes of more than a single run being the determining score. Okay, so that's kind of where I look for the run line in all of these games. Even if you like the Blue Jays tonight, I would lend towards the conversation a reverse run line there for the Blue Jays, right? I just think if they're going to win this game, they're going to win by 2 as well. If you do want to take on some plus money, that's plus 264 there for the Blue Jays to get this one done. Okay, for me, I'm going to lay the Dodgers minus 1.5. Like I said, if you want to just kind of take them -1, you can get that minus 152 on DraftKings. But I think the best bet, if you didn't want to lay that full run line, would be taking DraftKings to not bat in the 9th inning. That would be the Dodgers. Okay, now looking at this, guys, some of the statistics I do want to point out for you against the Dodgers. Okay, Scherzer's 0-1, 3 ERA, 9 hits per 9 innings. So, like I said, I think the Dodgers roll here. I think they got the momentum. They're at home. It is what it is. They're playing the best team that money can buy, pretty much, and that's going to be, I think, the factor that is the end-all, be-all here as the Dodgers go for their 2nd consecutive World Series in a very monumental season where Ohtani has really gotten it done. The MVP market, though, for him, I think is kind of lacking still. I probably wouldn't even consider him to be the MVP. If you do want to talk about that, there are a few guys that I still have open tickets on, but I do want to look into the player props here, not from a batting perspective, but from a pitching perspective, okay? So let's just talk about that real quickly. Scherzer, strikeouts, if you did want to take the over 4.5 Ks at plus 123, he's cashed out in his last 2 outings. That is some plus money that you could dive into. He is going to be rocking. Even if he does get tatted up a little bit, I still think Scherzer gets it done from a strikeout perspective, going over 4.5. I just don't know how long that leash will be. Also, Tyler Glasnow going against a Blue Jays team that does not strike out. Okay, this is where you look at an outing against Toronto, 5.2 innings pitched. He did have 12.71 strikeouts, so the strikeouts will be plentiful. Set at 5.5 minus 125. I just don't really know. Quite frankly, if we're going to get a Blue Jays club that does strike out. I know that there is some conversation to be had about when this game is being played. This will be 5 o'clock on the West Coast, so 8 o'clock Eastern. I do think this is something where you do have some shadows, some sight lines in that batter's eye that does play a role into this handicap. So the 5.5 strikeouts is not enough to get me involved. However, if you did want to go under Scherzer strikeout or Glasnow strikeouts, you would still get plus 125 on the opposite end of that conversation. Okay, staying away from that though, just kind of explaining my thought process. I don't have a play on the pitcher props. I do want to kind of get into the Scherzer earned runs though. Over 2.5 at plus 113. I do kind of lend towards that conversation. A lot of people are kind of viewing this game as being an under candidate, all of these games for that matter. I mean, even in the blowout we saw on Saturday night, still cashed on the under. 8.5 is what it is. Okay, but the Max Scherzer outs, okay, this is kind of where you really kind of, I think, get that story painted, okay, from the odds makers. Okay, 12.5 is that odds, the odds for the outs pitched and recorded. 12.5 going over at plus 105. So if you do think that Max Scherzer goes 4 1/3, that would cash that bet at plus 105. I don't know if we get 4 1/3, okay. That Blue Jays bullpen is ready. Not looking to go down 2-1. We'll see, okay? But this is kind of right where I would have this from a prop perspective. I'm talking about outs, walks, earned runs, strikeouts. They all kind of are exactly what I would have them at. So I don't find any I guess you'd say any edges in that regard. And the one thing I'll tell you guys though is if Glasnow does pitch well, I think that 15.5 is a very lucrative bet. If you do think he goes 5 1/3, going over that, I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. So that is something where you have to lay a lot more juice, but at minus 162, I don't quite frankly mind that at all. Okay, and then also not really offered in too many places, but if you do want to find Max Scherzer first pitch velocity, this is something where as you look at 95.9, you could see kind of where he's at. Personally, I would go over. I think he's going to be rocking, and it probably will not be a strike. If you can bet on that, find that somewhere. But I do think that the first pitch velocity for Scherzer is going to be up there in velo. If we had to kind of get into that way to handicap it, these are fun bets. They're not, you know, end-all be-alls, and they're not offered everywhere, but that is something where I do in the postseason. We have dabbled with the first pitch velocity props a little bit. Okay, so that's it. That's how I see it playing out. If you do want to venture into an alternative way to bet it, this would be the Dodgers team total runs. You could have this basically going over 4.5 at minus 110. I don't love that, but I do think that's a great way to bet this game if you think the Dodgers are going to win, but you're just scared a little bit of that backdoor cover. If they don't cover the full 2 runs, you could take the Dodgers over 4.5. Also, Blue Jays runs over 3.5 at plus 106 is very lucrative as well if you do like the Blue Jays. And it's just kind of an alternative way to basically say, okay, well, I think the Blue Jays, I want to bet them to win the game, but I just don't trust them. You know, it's a better way to take this with still having, you know, if they score 4 runs, they have a chance to win the game. But if they don't get it done and the Dodgers just hit the baseball and they tat up Scherzer, it kind of hedges your interest a little bit where they could still score 4 and lose the game. Okay, so that's kind of where I would lend towards the plus 106 for the Blue Jays over taking that very strong plus money price on the money line. But my best bet will be the Dodgers minus 1.5 here in this spot. Okay, so that's it, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Good luck out there. That Game 3 breakdown of World Series Game 3. If we do get the Dodgers winning tonight, we're talking about now a 5-game conversation potentially. Will the series go more than 5 games? Time will tell. Okay, but I do like the Dodgers tonight behind glass now going against Father Time and Max Scherzer. Okay, so appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do so now, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.